So a nice beginner or intermediate practice of yoga and meditation would comprise a number of different things. Some would be action with your body and drawing oxygen into your body and energy, and then moving toward a state of deeper and deeper relaxation and concentration, and finally moving your way into final communion. Everyone knows that with right effort now, all things in the future will improve. Swami Yukteswar said that, but I'm saying it now. It's a wonderful thing. So we must make right effort today in order to get something accomplished later on. If you want to make a free throw shot, you better practice. Very little of yoga has to do with doing postures. You'll see about 10% of what I do in my sadhana is postures. The postures, or asanas, they finish at what is called the stage of asana, where you can sit in an upright position with your body and spine motionless for an extended period of time, meaning you have reached the stage of asana. That's the reason we do yoga postures. Yoga postures, what they do is teach the spine to bend forward, back, side, side, round, and round. That's all that thousands of yoga postures do. Some work with the hip carriage and other peripheral muscles of the appendages. But the most of yoga is preparing the spine for the next stage. Did you know that the first cells in your whole body that form when the sperm and egg unite are your medulla oblongata? Your medulla oblongata is also the sense of self in your spiritual spine. Both things conjoin to be reality. If you see, there's a nice angle from the medulla straight up to the point between the eyebrows. The angle goes up to here. So it would go down from here to the medulla and straight down your spine. So with that said, anyway, that's the nature of the spine, up to the medulla and angling upward. This is a sidebar to the techniques I'm about to show you. The first thing we're going to do is understand that your attention, not necessarily your gaze, but your attention is going to be here at the point between the eyebrows, right along in here, in about a 2-inch wide circle. Science will tell you that that's where the prefrontal lobe is. I am not talking about the frontal cortex, the place where you make thoughts, solve problems. Behind that, the prefrontal lobe is called the happy lobe. It's the lobe of your brain that allows you to feel connectedness and depth and kindness and love and compassion, connectedness to all, and even spirituality. These things happen there. It just so happens that that line between the medulla and the point between the eyebrows goes right through the prefrontal lobe, and that's essentially where your attention is now, stirring the prefrontal lobe. Another fun fact is that when you breathe in through the nose, you're breathing in and forming, as oxygen bubbles up into your prefrontal lobe area, you're forming nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is another very good chemical for your body that is formed through breathing through the nose. So these things all work together in consort, that is, from science to the esoterics of intercommunion, both things are following with each other. So, with that said, one of the first techniques I do is to draw energy in through the medulla while focusing at the point between the eyebrows, filling the body with that energy by using tension. So if I draw energy into the body and then tense it with will and then relax and throw the breath out, it would look like this. You can also just tense one body part at a time. Tense your left forearm, relax, and your right forearm, relax. And do this like this with the energy flowing from the medulla down to that body part. So this is the left side of your body. So left forearm, energy flows to it and relax. Energy flowing to the left upper arm, relax. Energy to the lower left arm, tense and relax. Let it flow from the medulla, come to the upper arm, flowing in and relaxing. By doing this sort of a technique, you're filling the body with energy, prana. Little by little, the need for breath goes down when you do these techniques. The next thing I do is a number of yoga postures, like you see. We'll do postures, as I said, the forward bend or the backward. We'll do the side, that will be moon pose or triangle pose to the side, doing half spinal twist for the spine, possibly an inverted pose, preparing the body. At this point, after some postures, we'll sit in and relax, and believe it or not, we will do some chanting. A harmonium essentially is an accordion, a bellows instrument, but it sets down on the floor. and you move the bellows with one hand and play the keyboard with the other. The value of a harmonium is that it has a terrific, melodic, deep, rolling tone that the yogis and the East Indians picked up on right away. It is a British instrument, believe it or not, but they picked up on because of the resonance. The resonance with your voice is tremendous. When you play a tone and then you chant or sing or you tone in your lungs to match that tone, you will get what is called resonance. You will, as I will give you an example. When an airplane flies overhead, it's going by like that, right? And you make your voice chime in with that. Like that. You get this resonance and you feel it inside of you. That's why we do the chanting with the harmonium. It creates a vibration inside your being that and even the tones that you're making will calm you, and calm you. Even in church, in Western church, a lot of times before the sermon, they do a lot of singing, and that's part of it. Yes, the words are meaningful, and we may know the words already, but when we're toning together like that in a large group, it creates a resonance that calms everyone, and that's been known for thousands of years. That's why you chant. So, after some basic power energization, followed by some yoga postures, followed by a little chanting, then we move into sitting upright and still. From there on, I would generally move to what's called the double breath, short, sharp inhalation, long, strong inhalation, and the reverse when breathing out. I'm just giving an overview here on the double breath. Grabbing a bunch of energy that way. After that, I might do a technique called the triangle breath. In, pause, out. After that, I might move to a deeper concentration technique. One name is Hamsa. Every time the breath comes in, you just follow it in your mind with the sound of hum. Whenever the breath wants to go out, sa. Maintain your gaze at the point between the eyebrows. And then more finally, you might want to go right to the heart and breathe in and out of the heart from all directions at once. Just draw it in. And then after that, you would just sit in the silence, quietly sitting in the silence, absorbing all that happened. You might do that for as much as 30% of the whole time, 25% of the whole time. Once you have made the food through all these techniques and sort of eaten the food, then you sort of digest by sitting in the silence afterwards. And after that, you might want to pray for others or for the good of the world or for someone in need. At that point, you are in the most touch with the stillness, the vast stillness that is beyond us. And that's where all creation and all thought, speech, action, and everything comes from. When in good touch with that is the best time to pray or offer up thoughts in the behalf of others and mankind. So that's a good daily sadhana for you. I started out giving what would be for me, but ended up would be a good sadhana for a person who just wants to get started and move forward.